All right, here we are. And we're going to do a very fast shave today. And so we're going to Omega 011842, a boar brush, Karve Christopher Bradley with a B plate. And this is the stuff I've been using all month because it's Austere August. And then the Nacet blade here to show you the etching there, that it's the same one I've been using. And this looks like use number 424 if my dots are correct over on my index card. 3 1/4 inch handle, Gladius from Karve. B plate, if I forgot to say that, solid bar. Chiseled face Midnight Stag is the soap. I've got the same splash and the cologne, and that's the challenge that I have accepted for Austere August, and about 18 other guys are doing it too. Let me get my face wet. And we're just going to try to be really fast. And of course, one of the best ways to be fast that a lot of people think of as the best is a face lather. And so I'm going to do my face lather a little bit differently this time. I'm going to give the brush a pretty good squeeze. A lot of guys do that, and I never have. Let's give it a shot. It may hurt me. I'm not sure. We're going to load for 5 seconds. And you can see that's definitely a lot more pasty and less wet than what you usually see me when I do my 5-second load. Well, it's because there's less water on the brush to make it all wet. So let's just start and see what happens. It's of course going to start out very dry. But I think, and this is kind of a new thing for me, and so maybe doing it on a day where I'm trying to be fast is not a good idea, but surely I'll be able to kind of futz around and be okay with it. We are combining some of the water there with the soap. You might have been able to see some of the drops flying out of the base of the handle, and so I've kind of reoriented my face. It could be that pretty dry load there has picked up more than I usually get with a wet load. I don't know. I've never really played with those figures very much. And now, since I'm doing this in a weird way, I'm just going to get the water going and start adding water to my soap. I use the faucet instead of my usual method to try to keep track of the water. And you can see it is starting to cream up a little more. Now, this is probably going to be a lot more dry than I usually prefer it. And that's just the sacrifice I'm going to make today for what might be a quick shave. I will definitely be saving any of the excess in my lather bowl, because that's a nice fast way to go. Definitely saves you some time not having to generate that lather later, and then you won't have to deal with a skimpy lather on that third pass like a lot of guys have to do when they face lather. Let's keep adding water. Kind of a few laps around the face and then a few drops on the brush is kind of the approach I'm taking. Now, I think I'm going to quit, not because the lather's done, but because I'm going to keep some concentrate on the brush. And just go ahead and shave this, because I know it's just going to be dry anyway, so why not save a little bit of time. Probably not going to be able to do my 4 passes today, so maybe just 3. is definitely the side with that curved blade, the bend in it. And then let's just splash my face a little bit, just to kind of add some hydration, help my brush out, get that trickle of water going in the sink, and see if we can pull out some more lather. I guess the brush is pretty empty. So you kind of make the best. Not really much concentrate, it seems, in the brush now. So back to cross grain now. As usual, we're just working on gradual beard reduction. If you've got a nice slick soap, you can sure spend some time there if you want. You can be whatever kind of shaver you want in terms of really working on it in fewer passes or doing quick passes. They both work. And I don't think I'll add any more water to my face. I don't think I'll do a rinse because I kind of don't want to wash out the little bit of lather I have left. And so what I may end up today with is just this is the third pass, kind of a skimpy lather on the third pass. And my face definitely doesn't feel as nourished, but you know, we're going for speed today, right? And with a younger blade, I'm definitely going to be able to, you know, call it quits at this point and have a great shave. But this blade normally needs another pass or pass and a half to get the job done because of its age. But we're going to go ahead and stop there just because that's what today's shave is all about. And that took a longer time to rinse than usual because there was that kind of concentrate on my face that never had a chance to work into a proper lather. All right, well, there we go. In less than 10 minutes. How about that? And let's see, the splash. Less than 9 minutes really for the shaving part. Do the splash part now. So if you need to do fast shaves, I mean, sure, maybe some canned goo might be faster for you, but I mean, this isn't really too bad, right? You could probably get it done in 10 minutes if that was your need. And since this is the third week of August, I'm doing 3 sprays, but I'm gonna do 3 on each arm to double the challenge. Some guys I saw somebody doing 18 sprays on the on Reddit there with on the set of the day posts that I'm putting this stuff in. And there we go. There we go. Rinse out the razor. Give it a little bit of a shake. Put the wet parts over on the paper towel, on the hand towel, the washcloth rather. I've been able to optimize my process pretty well, but one of the things I keep forgetting to do is I'll put on the aftershave before I wash my stuff, and it's not too bad when it's a splash, right? But in this case, but when it's a balm, then you've got these lotiony, moisturized hands trying to hold stuff and wash it, you know, brush handles and bowls and things. And sometimes if I have a slippery, like ceramic bowl or something, it becomes a little precarious. Stropping my brush after a good rinse. It is changing, but man, it's changing gradually, guys. I kind of expected it to change a little more over the time, but this is pretty much how it has always looked after this, for this whole month. You know, I splay it a little bit to promote nice airflow in the center. It's a terrific knot, though. At least it may be slow, but at least I'm enjoying it now, which means that I'm gonna keep enjoying it as we go, and then as the tips split more, it'll be even more soft and more soft. So like the Smogs, this particular brush, and the Zeniths, I'm gonna at least they're in a point in the early stages where I'm able to enjoy them, and then you just wait, and it gets better and better. All right, very cool. And there we go. We're all packed up. So that's a fast way to do it, and it might just give you the shave that you want. Especially, that was 3 passes. Especially if you just short on time, and that's what you've got to do, right? And in that case, I wonder, other brushes might be better than a bore like that. There are brushes that might feel a little better when you are kind of working that concentrate on your face, you know. And I could see potentially at a more mature bore being good. Obviously, some badgers are going to be soft kind of from the get-go. And so I could see a person in this situation not wanting to spend the time to get that right lather that would accentuate the bore that it is now. And so they might want to put it through some shortcuts in terms of break-ins and get those tips split, that sort of thing, to try to get it quicker to a place where it's more comfy on the face during that very short time where you're working your shave up. When it's something where you've got plenty of time, then I could see using a bore that you're going to enjoy training, you know, and watch the process. Yeah, and so that it may be better when a person has a little bit more time for each shave. But that got the job done. There we go. So one question that popped into my head during this shave is maybe I want to try that brush squeeze method again, a dry brush load method again in the future, but use my finish it off with my normal bowl lathering technique and just see how much soap is picked up with that 5 seconds. You know, is more picked up because it's a drier brush? Is less picked up? Is it the same as my normal wet load? And of course I'd be adding more water to the bowl, and so that in that way it wouldn't be as comparable. You couldn't compare the math numbers between my a wet brush load and a dry brush load, but that'd be interesting to try out. So maybe that's something to do for another day this month when I'm working on chiseled face this month. So hey, thank you for joining me. I sure hope there's been something in this one to help you out. This has been a quickie. Take care now. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. Bye-bye.